Good morning, dear students. Previously, I uploaded the 11 parts of determinant videos and successfully we completed 4.1, 2, 3 and 4 also. Now, the last concepts, that is a definition, singular and non-singular matrix. Types of matrices. In the last, it is one concept, singular matrix or otherwise non-singular matrix. Okay, now, what is a singular matrix? If any square matrix whose determinant is 0, then it is called as a singular matrix. If its determinant is non-zero, maybe a negative or a positive, non-zero, it should not be zero, then that type of matrix is called non-singular matrix. Singular matrix, non-singular matrix. Singular matrix, it must be square matrix. Any square matrix whose determinant is 0, we know that determinant means it is a number related with that matrix. Okay, now, if that number, and we know how to calculate the determinant for 2 by 2 matrix, for 3 by 3 also. If the determinant is 0, then it is a singular matrix. Very simple. A square matrix whose determinant is 0, it is 0, is called singular matrix. Whereas otherwise, if its determinant is non-zero, it is not 0, maybe negative or positive, is called a non-singular matrix. There are two types. For example, capital A is equal to 2 by 2 matrix. I am taking 3, 6, 2, 4. Then that A, it is a notation for a determinant. That A is equal to, first you write vertical bars 3, 6, 2, 4. Already we solved the problems. Here it is the product of the first diagonal minus the product of elements in the second diagonal. 3 4s 12 minus 2 6 12. 12 minus 12 is equal to 0. So it's a determinant that A is equal to 0. Then capital A is a singular matrix. Okay, now, by definition. One more example. If you take a matrix B, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, then it's a determinant that B is equal to, it is 5 5s 25 minus 3 7s 21. That means the difference of product of elements in the first and second diagonals. 25 minus 21 is equal to 4, which is not equal to 0. Then B is a non-singular matrix. Okay. And we take another 3 by 3 matrix. Observe me. I am going to solve the third example. You see, here the matrix A is a 3 by 3 square matrix. And we are verifying that whether it is a singular matrix or non-singular matrix. That A is equal to 1 of, you divide the row and the column. That A is equal to minus, this is 45 minus 60. Will you agree? 9 minus 5 minus 45 minus 6 into 10 minus 60. Minus 0 into anything is 0. Leave it out. 0 into anything is 0. And plus 5 into this row and this column. Okay, now row and column is deleted. Now we get these are the elements. It is 12 minus of minus 9. It is minus 105 plus 5 into 21. That is minus 105 plus 105 is equal to 0. So determinant is 0. So A is a singular matrix. Okay, the singular matrix. Okay, na? Like that, we can verify that the given matrix is a singular or a non-singular matrix. Okay, na? Okay. Now, observe. We discussed about now one more concept, adjoint matrix, very important concept. And based on this adjoint matrix, important theorem is there. By using that theorem, we can find the inverse of a matrix. Okay, this is next step. We can define the adjoint matrix. Adjoint matrix, you see, adjoint matrix is not a separate matrix. Adjoint matrix of a given matrix. If a given matrix is there, we can find the adjoint matrix. What is the adjoint matrix? Simply, first I will tell you. For a given matrix, a square given matrix, we replace the elements of that square matrix, whether it is 2 by 2 or 3 by 3, whatever it may be. If we replace all the elements of that given matrix by its corresponding cofactors. Now, the given matrix is not with their real elements. Their corresponding cofactors are replaced. Okay, now? Yeah. Now that matrix, again it is transposed. Then that new matrix is called adjoint matrix. One second. Suppose a matrix is there. In that matrix, elements in the row and column we replace by their corresponding cofactors. First, we have to find all the cofactors of the elements. After finding the cofactors of all the elements, we replace the elements and we insert the cofactors. Now we get to one matrix that is filled with cofactors. It may also called as a cofactor matrix. That matrix is again transposed. Now the resultant matrix is called as a adjoint matrix. Now it is, see, for a given matrix, capital A is equal to A, J, M by N. We know it, M rows and columns. Or otherwise, you write it as let it be, M by N. A general matrix, capital A is equal to Aij. Aij is a general element, M rows and columns. The adjoint matrix of the given matrix is the transpose of matrix. You will see, it is technically it is defined. For a given matrix capital A, where small a is a element, it is a general matrix. We know it. For that general matrix, the adjoint matrix is the transpose of capital Aij, where given capital Aij, simply transpose of capital Aij, where capital Aij is a cofactor of small aij. That means here actually capital A given matrix is elements Aij, small aij, and it is replaced by capital Aij, means where capital Aij is a cofactor of small aij. Okay now? So, we are replacing all the elements by its corresponding cofactors. Okay now? And then for that matrix capital Aij, we get a transpose. Now it is perfectly alright. Once again, for a given matrix capital A, Aij, the adjoint matrix is the transpose of capital Aij, the matrix M by N, where Aij is the cofactor of small aij and is can be denoted by ADJI. Capital ADJA. Adjoint A. Okay, na? Right. It is okay definition. We have to by heart that definition also. 2 marks. It may ask. Consider capital A is 2 by 2 matrix A, B, C, D. We are going to find the adjoint of A. What we are given in the definition? First we find for A, B, C, D the cofactors. What is the cofactor of A? It is a 2 by 2 matrix. For A, we let the row and the column. We get D1. So this is D. That is a plus D. Okay, na? The cofactor of B. The cofactor of B means you delete the row and column. Then we get C1. But it is a minus. Why? Because it is a plus, minus, it is a plus. Okay, na? Minus like this. Okay, na? Right. You see, the cofactor of C, after deleting this one, we get minus B. The cofactor of D, the cofactor of D means how can you calculate? One second. How can you calculate? Cofactor of D. The D lies in this column and this row. Okay, na? I'm sorry. This column and this row. We get this one. Okay, Nana? Right. Now, A remains. So it is A. Okay, now? Is there any confusion? You see, one second I will tell you. It is A, B, C, D is A. Or simply you note it. You simply interchange AD. Okay, now? Like that. For A, D is a cofactor. For D, A is a cofactor. For B, minus C is cofactor. Okay, now? For C, minus B is a cofactor. We know it. Already we solved in the exercise 4.4. Now these are the cofactors. First we replace all these cofactors in the place of elements. Okay, now for A, D is there. For B, minus C is there. For C, minus B is there. For D, A is there. Now, by using the definition adjoint of A, adjoint of A is this transpose of the cofactor matrix. We replace the cofactors. The transpose system, it is a transpose notation. How can you transpose? The row will become as a column, the second row will become as a second column. Now this is adjoint. Here also observe it. Here also observe. It is a 3 by 3 matrix. A11, A12, A13 is a general matrix. This is capital A. For these elements, the notation, the cofactor of A11 is capital A11. For the notation, the cofactor of A12, the cofactor is capital A12. For A31, capital A31. For A32, capital A32. For A33, the last, capital A33. We have to write it. It is a general. Now, adjoint of A is, what is adjoint of A? Adjoint of A is a transpose. Here you observe it. Transpose, this transpose of cofactor matrix. How can you find the cofactor matrix? Instead of the real elements, we are replacing the elements by their corresponding cofactors. Now we are getting a cofactor matrix and we are going to transpose it. That means the row will become as a column. A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23. It is in second. Third row, A31, A32, A33 as third column. Now this is the required cofactor, I mean adjoint of A. Once again you observe me. It is a given matrix. If the elements are in the numbers, we can easily understand. I can take one example also. Capital A is a 3 by 3 matrix. We are replacing, first we have to find the cofactors of all the elements. And then we replace. After that one, we transpose. Then we get adjoint. Okay, na? Like that we have to prove. You see it. Okay, na? See that? Okay. Now we are going to solve one example. And we are finding the adjoint A for a given 3 by 3 matrix. Now it is in numbers. Observe. This is capital A 3 by 3 matrix 1 5 minus 3 7 2 0 4 6 3. Okay. If we are asked to find the cofactor, I mean adjoint of a matrix, given matrix, first we find the cofactors of all elements. First, that is the very first one. For one, what is the cofactor? You see that cofactor means it is a minus 1 power I plus j, it is unnecessary. Simply minor we will take and calculate. Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Like that. Row, row, row. Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, like this. And don't confuse. There may be minus element, it may be there. Minus 3 is there. Of course, it may be. The position is plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Irrespective of the negative numbers in the element. You leave out that one. So, first plus. The cofactor of 1 is after deleting row and column, we get 2036. Many problems we solved. 2063. It is 6 minus 0 is 6. That is plus 6. The cofactor of 5. Always you go in the row wise. First row, second row, third row. Cofactor of 5. That column and row is deleted, we get 7043. Okay, 21 minus 0, it is minus 21 because minus is there. Again, cofactor of minus 3. Of course, here minus is there, but don't confuse. Its position is plus only. 1 plus minus plus. So plus. After deleting the row and column, where minus 3 lies, that row and column. That's 7 2 4 6. 7 6 42 minus 4 2 8. It is 8. Now it is 42 minus 8 means how much? 34. That is okay. Next we come to the second row. It is again it is you see there plus minus plus we get minus. So here it is minus. The row and column 5 minus 3 6 3 is there. Okay, now it is a 15 minus of minus. Be careful. It is a 15 minus of minus 18 is there. Plus 18. Be careful. So it is minus 33. Cofactor of 2 also. Cofactor of 2 all means you delete the row and the column. These are the elements. 1 minus 3, 4, 3. This is 3 into 1 is 3. Minus of minus 12. That is plus 2. It is 15. Cofactor of this last 0. Last 0 means it is that row and column is deleted. Okay, now we get 1 5 4 6. 1 5 4 6. It is 6 minus 20. 6 minus 20 is minus 14 and minus is there already. So it is plus 14. And next, third row. For 4, row and column is deleted. 5 3 minus 3 is there. 5 minus 3 2 0. 5 minus 3 2 0 is there. But it is a plus. Plus minus plus none. So 5 into 0 0. This is minus of minus 6 plus 6. Last it is a plus 6. Cofactor of this is 6. This column and row cancelled. Deleted where 1 minus 3, 7, 0 is there. Okay now? This is 1 into 0, 0 minus of minus plus 21. But minus is there, so minus 21. The last for the 3. For the 3, this row and column deleted, we get these are the elements. Only 1, 5, 7, 2. So this is 2 minus 35. Minus 33. Okay now? That is plus. Here it is a very difficult one. Concept is simple, but applying the arithmetic, doing the arithmetic is somewhat difficult. With a concentration, plus, minus, everything you have to concentrate on that one. Otherwise, it is not possible to solve correctly. Okay now? So, first we find all the cofactors of elements in the given matrix. Now, you see. Then, adjoint A. By definition, what is adjoint A? Adjoint A is a cofactor matrix transpose. The transpose of cofactor matrix. Cofactor matrix means we insert the cofactors, corresponding cofactor in the place of the original elements. In the place of 1, 6 is inserted. In the place of 5, minus 21 is inserted. For the cofactors minus 3, 34 is replaced. Like that, all the cofactors of the corresponding elements are inserted, replaced. After that one, we are transposing. This row will become as a column. Second row, second column. Third row, third column. Now, this is the adjoint matrix of given matrix. Okay, Nana? Be careful, like this we have to solve. Many problems are there in the exercise 4.5. We will solve it. Yeah.